Hello viewers, this is SKTV News and you're watching Primetime English News. First, the headlines. Rajya Sabha MP Sanajobal Leishemba condemns Mizoram MP K. Vanlal Vena's proposal to create separate administrative units for Meitei and Kuki communities. MHA directs telecom companies in violence hit Manipur to preserve call records of every citizen for 5 years. Both houses of parliament adjourned until Wednesday amid ruckus over bribery charges against Adani Group. India blocked Manipur to hold sit-in demonstration in Delhi on Manipur issue during winter session of parliament. And now the news in detail. Rajya Sabha MP Sanajobal Leishemba has vehemently condemned Mizoram MP K. Vanlal Vena's proposal to create separate administrative units for Meitei and Kuki communities in Manipur. In a statement released on social media, Sanajobal accused Vanlal Vena of interfering in Manipur's internal affairs and urged him to focus on his own state's issues. It may be mentioned that leader of Mizo National Front Vanlal Vena had earlier suggested removal of Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren and imposition of President's rule to address the violence that has gripped the state since May 2023. He had suggested to demarcate territories controlled by Meitei and tribal communities as a potential solution to the conflict. Sanajobal, however, criticized the remarks, stating Manipur is capable of resolving its internal issues. The MP urged Vanlal Vena to respect Manipur's sovereignty and avoid meddling in matters outside his jurisdiction. Sanajobal also emphasized the need for peaceful coexistence and maintaining harmony between neighboring states. CPI Manipur State Council today accused Mizoram leaders of meddling in Manipur issue and for adding fuel to the ongoing crisis in Manipur. In a press note, CPI Manipur State Council maintained that Mizoram Chief Minister's controversial statement in USA and the recent statement of Mizoram MP who had suggested separate administrations for Kuki community as a solution for the Manipur violence can further exacerbate the situation in Manipur. While maintaining that leaders in Mizoram seem to undermine Manipur, which has over 2,000 years of history, CPI Manipur State Council demanded action against Mizoram MP for attempting to break the territorial integrity of Manipur. Ministry of Home Affairs MHA has directed Department of Telecom to preserve call data records of every citizen of Manipur for 5 years amid the recent spike in ethnic violence in the state. According to a report from the Tribune, the direction to maintain CDR was given to track the possibility of armed militants involved in recent incidents of violence being in touch with extremists from across Myanmar border. Normally, CDRs are maintained by telecom companies for 6 months. However, telecom operators were asked to maintain CDRs of people in Manipur for 5 years during a recent meeting held with DOT and MHA. The newspaper further reported that the order apparently will help in improving connection between armed militants and extremists from across Myanmar border. The winter session of Parliament began today. However, both houses faced early adjournments after opposition demanded discussions on various issues, including the Adani issue. Opposition MPs in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha used the first opportunity they got to raise the Adani issue and demand an immediate discussion on the issue by suspending the rules of the respective houses, but were rejected by the presiding officers. Rajya Sabha was first adjourned until 11:45 am and later for the entire day after opposition persisted with their demands. Meanwhile, in Lok Sabha, Speaker Om Birla began the day with obituary references before adjourning proceedings until 12 noon, and shortly afterward, the House was adjourned for the day. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi attacked the opposition in his address ahead of the beginning of the winter session of the Parliament. PM Modi said opposition blinded by self-centered agenda are constantly trying to control the parliament by creating disorder. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also accused the opposition of disrespecting the spirit of democracy and people's aspirations. Both the houses will now meet on Wednesday morning as there is no sitting of parliament on Tuesday due to commemoration of the 75th anniversary of adoption of the constitution by the Constituent Assembly. The house will conclude on December 20 after 19 sittings. The India bloc Manipur held a crucial meeting today at Congress Bhavan in Imphal with representatives from several constituent parties including AAP, AIFB, AITC, CPI, CPIM, INC, NCP, SP, RSP and SSUBT. The statement issued by India bloc convener Manipur Khetrimium Santa stated that the meeting focused on the ongoing developments in Manipur, particularly following recent inhuman killings of children, women and elderly persons in Jiribam. The meeting strongly condemned the brutal killings, including the tragic death of an 8-month-old infant, attack and counter-attack by Kuki militants. The India bloc demanded immediate action to apprehend the culprits and ensure they are brought to justice in accordance with the law. The meeting also discussed re-imposition of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in 6 police stations, expressing strong opposition to the reintroduction of this black law, citing its withdrawal under the previous SPF government led by Okram Ibobi. The India bloc demanded that AFSPA be repealed from these areas to protect the interests of people of Manipur. Showing solidarity, India bloc Manipur will be organizing sit-in protests in Delhi on Manipur issue during the winter session of Parliament. The India bloc has sent a letter to the national leadership of constituent parties urging them to join this extra parliamentary movement focused on addressing the ongoing crisis in Manipur. The meeting also condemned the recent attacks on the properties of MLAs allegedly in retaliation for the Jiribam killings. The India bloc reaffirmed its commitment to securing justice for the victims of violence in Manipur and to ensure that peace and justice are restored in Manipur. Government today extended the temporary suspension of internet services for 9 districts in Manipur until 5:15 p.m. of November 27th. The ban on internet services, including mobile data services, VSATs and VPN services, will continue for Imphal West, Imphal East, Thoubal, Bishnupur, Kakching, Kangpopi, Churchanpur, Jiribam and Ferjol districts. The order issued by Home Commissioner, Government of Manipur N. Ashok further informed that conditional lifting of suspension of internet services on broadband service, that is for ILL and FTTH, will remain in place. President of Nupi Khunai Yaripok, Asemongbi Ibetumbi, has called on the government to make a decision whether to protect the lives of its citizens or continue with policies that threaten their safety. She also condemned re-imposition of Armed Forces Special Powers Act, a law previously lifted in exchange for the sacrifice of many women and children's lives. She made these remarks during a protest rally organized jointly by Nupi Khunai Yaripok, All Andro Meira Paibi Association, Khanampal, Bamun Kampu, Nonglampal Khurai, Palem Lamlai, Anompal Sagulmang, Khempal Khetrigao, MSF Imphal East District Committee, Imphal East District United Clubs Organization and Amavova Imphal East Unit. The rally began from Komba Olalam Park and culminated at Konungmamang today. Speaking on the sidelines of the rally, Ibetumbi emphasized that AFSPA had been revoked after countless lives were lost. The ongoing conflict in the region continues to pose significant challenges to the people of Manipur. Despite this, the central government has reimposed a controversial act, which she argues that the act will only escalate the suffering and harassment to the civilians. She also questioned the role of the state's legislators, urging them to choose whether to stand with the people and protect civilian lives or to permit further violence. Raising concerns on reimposition of AFSPA, she asserted that the indigenous people in Manipur are becoming refugees within their own homeland. She asked whether reimposition of the Draconian Act is to indicate Manipur is no longer considered part of India. Ibetombi condemned reimposition of the law, lamenting that the people of Manipur are being left in a state of limbo under the guise of Indian citizenship.
tarama panjumna akhoi gi lamdam asida kuki terrorist singna chatharakpa lal asida asok yamna waraba matam asida akhoi hojik nauna Manipur gi afam khuding dagi akhoi nupi singna amadi khoi gi praja mayamna pamjadana amadi chara hendana awaba kaya khangdana tandokhraba AFSPA do ngasi anaubo oina ngasi akhoi bu afam asida pusanbiraktana akhoi da amuk hanna mion minai tawriba se tawbiganu asok yamna waraba asok yamna thangkhong phangdraba aduga mioi kaya na mayum mai kai mai saktana sagi sumang sidari puji oijaraba mi mayam amasulai ba siki mathak sida AFSPA muk thamjan birakpasa sengnadi akhoi si karamba jati no akhoi India gi phiba nungda chandrabara Manipur haiba lepak se akhoi se India ni haidana akhoi lejari bani aduna akhoi India ama oibani na akhoi Manipur si India oibani na AFSPA se thamjan birakanu AFSPA se atoba matamna lakthok pikidana akhoi Manipur bu tangdu leita ba amadi lan gi waroi san birakdana akhoi praja ba ingna tamna thambiu haiba aduguma rally duni ngasi akhoi na chachari base.
Shri Shri Govindaji Brahma Sabha has strongly condemned the brutal killing of 6 innocent civilians, including an 8-month-old infant by Kuki narco terrorists in Jiribam on November 11th. In a press release, Brahma Sabha has urged the state to take immediate action against the suspected militants, while expressing that the militants have no humanity left inside them. Tribal Youth Council Manipur (TYCM) has submitted an ultimatum containing 9 charter of demands to Chief Minister N. Biren today. The charter of demands included the nomination or appointment of 2 members to fill the vacancies in Manipur State Commission for Scheduled Tribes. Other demands included appointment of separate member secretary for MSCST, regularization of 8 clerical staffs in the commission, filling up of vacant posts of research officers, senior legal officers, enhancing of fund allocation from 90 lakh rupees to 10 crore rupees, expedite the release of pending benefits for financial year 2022-23 and 2023-24 under Tribal Hills Department. Tribal Youth Council Manipur also demanded for recruitment of vacant posts in Tribal Affairs and Hills Department, including that of separate director and grade 4 staffs in Tribal Research Institute, and continuation of Tribal Cultural Festival program under Tribal Research Institute, while urging government to live to its slogan for equal development for both hills and valley. TYCM also warned for agitations if government fails to fulfill the demands by November 29th. Manipur Police DJP Rajiv Singh has accepted resignation of Sagapam Ibotombi, the former OC of Jiribam Police Station, who had tendered his resignation after he was transferred from Jiribam to MPTC Pangai recently. It may be mentioned that Sagapam Ibotombi was transferred from Jiribam to MPTC Pangai on November 14th amidst the rising tension in Jiribam district. Following the transfer order, Ibotombi sought for voluntary resignation. In the order issued by DGP Rajiv Singh, it was mentioned that Ibotombi has been allowed to resign from service with effect from November 23rd. Police arrested 2 suspected members of Pambai-led UNLF from Khurai Ahonge Labuk Lerak in Imphal district. The suspects have been identified as Thagdam Ibumobi, another name Tatun, aged 48, and Janam Rashini, 32, another name Tulsi. According to police control room, both are involved in extortion related activities. Police reportedly recovered 1 9mm pistol with magazine, 17 live rounds, 1 wireless radio set and 1 mobile phone from their possessions. A combined security force including Manipur Police seized a substantial cache of weapons and explosives from Kangpokpi district. According to police, the combined team conducted a search operation at Lungkhangjong in Kangpokpi district and seized 1 .303 rifle, 1 single barrel rifle, 2 9mm pistols, 1 long range Pompi, 8 live round ammunitions, 1 anti-riot grenade, 1 tear smoke shell, 2 ammunitions of rubber bullets along with 1 Baofeng wireless set. Continuing its efforts to help locals, Assam Rifles has provided assistance in infrastructure development and installation of silver jubilee stone at Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Tamenglong district ahead of Christmas celebrations. The locals have expressed gratitude to Assam Rifles for their assistance. Legal awareness campaign was held today at Trinity Public School in Tamenglong, jointly organized by Tamenglong District Police and Juvenile Justice Board Tamenglong. Speaking at the campaign, member of Juvenile Justice Board Tamenglong Daniel P. Kamswan highlighted that the campaign was aimed at spreading awareness to students about drugs as the number of drug users rises significantly around the world. Students raised questions regarding the issue to resource persons during the campaign. Afterwards, the students, led by Daniel P. Kamswan, took oath for a healthy society. Final rites of Ibotombi Kuman was performed today at Haubamarak Irom Leikai. Attendees also paid floral tribute to the portrait of Ibotombi. Notably, Ibotombi was the former chairman of proscribed outfit Pripak. He shouldered immense responsibility for liberation movement of Manipur while he was alive and had wanted a unified revolutionary movement. Central Committee of Band Outfit Koireng-led UNLF today condoled the passing away of Haikrujam Ngamdairen Kuman alias Ibotombi, lovingly revered as Ojamacha, the former chairman of proscribed group People's Revolutionary Party of Kangleipak. In a press note, Publicity Secretary of Koireng-led UNLF M. Sakhen termed the demise of Haikrujam Ngamdairen Kuman as a huge loss for Pripak and also for the revolutionary movement. The party also expressed solidarity to bereaved family of late Haikrujam Ibotombi. Waikong Apunba Maira Paibi and local clubs organized a sit-in at Waikong Kaithel against the killing of Laimium Devdatta. It may be mentioned that lifeless body of Laimium Devdatta was found at the paddy field near Laimram Lamkhai on November 23rd. Speaking on the sidelines of the protest, a Maira Paibi leader named Asem Chauba said the victim, who was also a member of Arambai Tengol Unit 9, went out from his home on November 22nd, but his body was found on the next day at Bishnupur district. While demanding justice for the victim, Asem Chauba warned of further agitations if relevant authority fails to arrest culprits who were involved in the killing.
Devadatta hariba mise maakse tang kungani thoida yumda leirambadagi tang kuni thoisida thokhibane tang kuni thoida thokraga tang kulhumdegi ayuksida maji laimramda leitre habagi pautai aduna maji ma kari marangi damakta ma bohat piribano mama pada magi marando khanghalle haraga matung tabada war otiamna tawgadabdu kanana karigi damakta hat piribano achugumaba mihase yaningte mihat pasingju su ma bohat piribsi kari marangi damakna habdu mayam khangna singdok piro sarkar gi mai kaidagi su athuba matamna
Chinthalema Lup Kumbi Setupur and the Joint Action Committee formed in response to the death of Kangembam Ningol Nongthombam Ongbi Manilema staged a protest at Kumbi Setupur Ward number 2 today, condemning the post-mortem report that ruled her death a suicide. The protesters alleged that Manilema was murdered and hanged by her husband after being assaulted, asserting that she did not take her own life. Manilema, a resident of Kumbi Setupur Mayalikai, Ward number 2, had been married and was living in Awang Sekmai New Market. Speaking to media, convener of the GAC, Rina Kangembam, stated that Manilema passed away on November 10th, but her husband's family did not report about the incident to Manilema's family. Instead, it was the local community who alerted her family. Rina strongly condemned the post-mortem report's conclusion of suicide, alleging that Manilema's husband had assaulted and killed her. She further declared that they would not claim the body until an agreement was reached between the two parties. Rina also expressed suspicion regarding the post-mortem findings and called for justice, demanding accountability for crimes against women.
Semai tahu ya, ibu mah nang calu nang calu nang kanu tahu mu halo hai bene ba ina icanu pi sida mana di lai jaro ge mama ai lai jaro ge na hai bene ba nu me mangani chu da ne ba cha chi re na cha thu ri ya le la oi nai won da pho pi dai je moi imong manung mi na pi rak pa chu na te le kai gi mi na nang na cha nu pi da semai nang na thu ri ya la ga chi re na harak bene nga chi ba mi manung da moi gi mi imong manung gi mi na won na cha de semai thu re hai ba gi wa phom ju lai je nga chi ba gi manung da Hanggang jagi mihat baje, ayam dan nungai je, ayam dan ningam de, jadi kagu na, acam maranti miwa.
Mani lay mazi heng tauren haire haiba magi misi ji akoi heng tauraga sibane haiba yabangam de maramdi magi nupana mamangda wot khibagi nai khibagi mayam ama khangre masi akoi na heng tauraga sibane haiba sungam ngamoi haina ji sigi maikai de yaningdaba si masi phamjabani phongdok boina nakalani maki yanaba ma poraktringai gi asiba chang ji akoi kanamta da pibaju pamde pibaju yagiroi akoi masi yanaba ma pubiro haina mari leinaba asum aran pamba mayam ama na thijinbiu aduga akoi asiba chang Huziki oina kanamta da piba pamde lauba yagiroi na jesigi maikai dagi thamjari.
Apunba Iraipak ki Mahiroi Singpang Lok Ames has observed Kunaigi Singpang B Singinomet, which was dedicated to women working in various fields. The event was organized today at the hall of Eskula Women's College in Nambol, Kongkampat. Speaking at the event, Ames President Oinam Nickerson emphasized the importance of empowering women for a better society. He expressed discontentment that this year's event was organized in a small manner as tensions had escalated in the state. He also promised that the organization will attempt to organize a much bigger event in the future. At the program, AIM's Chief Advisor Puyam Joy and President Oinam Nickerson, along with members of the organization, had a feast together with women working in various fields, and small gifts were also presented to the women attendees afterwards. A 2-minute silence was also observed at the program to honor those who perished in the ongoing conflict.
Nasi aikogi khunai asida aikogi lamdam asida aikogi tonglomchat khunai gi damak amadi aikogi khunai asida thengnari ba wathok lanthok khuding asida aikogi thodang khara da warsu yadaba yade amadi aikogi khunai asibu kanba natragana kandabda masi aikogi thodang yamna chawi yamna maru oi haina khanba amadi aikogi tonglomchat khunai gi damta aikoina thodang logdaba taragadi aikoina thokdaba taragadi yaudaba taragadi aikoi khunai asi mutkani mangani haibagi mi paiba lairakuna maram orakanda masi khunai asigi thabak pangnanaba amadi sintha pangnanaba tholaliba akoi aims ki luploi amadi tongan ba field da thabak tawiriba akogi ima sing amadi tongan ma hero sing amadi print amadi electronic media gi association sing ga punna akoina haukiba chahi kya dagi hongna koina hairiba ngasigi asumba achamba thoram masigi mamingna khunai gi sinpang bi sing gi numit haidana koina hairiba numit ama lojara kanda lairiba khunai gi thabak tawriba chili chongiba isali sing bo akoina chahi amagi manungda amurakak nongmak lojara kanda chak len ama achamba chaklen ama chaminara kanda makoida ngamjaba khudon pot khara tamjara kanda hairiba khunai gi thabak chenbi chongbiriba chenja chongjariba ichani che khuding ko akoina mikup ama tong marsu akoina makoi gi pung thogatpa amadi makoi bu ikai khumna utpa dugi adungba achamba thoramni.
A 2-day training program for field investigators selected for upcoming Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan 2024 assessment test was inaugurated today at SSA BRC Hall of Samagra Shiksha, Bishnupur. The program was jointly organized by Zone 4 Bishnupur District Level Coordinator CBSE, State Project Director SPD and Samagra Shiksha SERT Manipur. Select field invigilators of various schools were trained to conduct national survey of Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan successfully. ZEO Nongthumbam Chinkai highlighted that the public saw progress of development in projects funded by government. However, such progress cannot be seen in education sector as students' knowledge is intangible. He emphasized that students' knowledge can be measured through service. The ZEO also urged the selected teachers to ensure the survey is conducted fairly and smoothly.
For example, education dialogue, India government had 100% funds in terms of school water and one department, according to the beginning of and the taxation according to the super government generate project. Education to the Tata in the Pashadana, not only output see that in order to announce you for him. Automatic result by the same, according to line result of one. Education to the Tata in terms of Tata in the Central Sina, announcing to give a money warriors again, the end of the have a second result of another city, when 7 was a television. Adana, Karam Tata, I can account as net stage in Tanka class 2 pass out or class 3 stage. Primary stage were about 5 pound, about 6 ton, Bangani, Gupana, and the middle stage. I think I found where I get a camp 9 ton to camp. I don't know how to
Kumbi MLA Sanasam Premchandra has emphasized that collective effort is the only key to achieve success in every endeavor. During his visit to Hauktak Tampakhuno and Hauktak villages, he met with villagers who had fled due to the ongoing crisis and distributed essential supplies to the community, including rice and other provisions. MLA Prem Chandra also offered support to Mera Paibis who patrol at nights, as well as to residents of Wangu, Sagang, Burayangbi, Sandangkhong and Kulakpat. Speaking on the sidelines of his visit, the MLA stressed the importance of collaboration in finding a resolution to the ongoing crisis. He condemned the acts of vandalism and arson targeting MLS residences, stating that such actions will not pave the way for peace or restore normalcy. He further called for unified and collective effort to bring a lasting peace to the state.
Koi mi sam sani lai sida yum amamam gili mi mam ngangar lai ta di koi solution lai dum pora ro nungai be su lai adu satmi na lebel lambi sida kana na hen na phage kana na na phai kari tawdi kana ne hai bot let bi mi duna atraga bot kar bi duna hai ga dum mate ai sai sa no decision loksha ga dum ne mayam na ni tawri se miyam gi pakol ni miyam na maku ne maku na te adu na wen ahing num tin ngang khang na ai gi maisa se na ba ai gi tawmi ai na se na ri si ai na ba tha na koi sing dhan na sum sing yam ba koi het pan be ya da amana du taw dai ne taw dum en taw hai bi se koi jam ne adu na koi nu sik ngasi ma so am kan gri rang mar sida tholai ba mayam jing ni na ta na amana hai ba ta da ngang hal miyam gi hong ne na horga ebele mantri miyam gi mem tu gai praja gi sewa tawri ba koi na tu ga natraga koi gi jum da tu gai ga natra koi mai sa mangal ga Manipur shanti oine hai da di mang doi han tha.
And in some international news, the interim government of Bangladesh, led by Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, has announced comprehensive review of major power agreements signed during former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's tenure. The review includes the contentious deal with India's Adani Group for a 1,234.4 megawatts coal-fired power plant in Godda, Jharkhand. A newly formed review committee recommended that all agreements inked between 2009 and 2024 under Hasina's administration to be investigated. The Godda project, owned by Adani Power Limited, has drawn particular scrutiny for allegedly forcing Bangladesh to purchase electricity at high prices. The Memorandum of Understanding MOU for the Godda plant was signed in 2015 during Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Dhaka, with a formal agreement finalized in 2017. Political critics and experts have long questioned the deal, accusing it of serving hidden agendas and placing undue financial strain on Bangladesh. Other projects under review include a 1,320 megawatts coal-fired power plant operated by a Chinese company and deals with business groups allegedly close to Hasina's government. According to an official statement from the Chief Advisor's office, the committee is assessing whether these agreements align with Bangladesh's national interests. Earlier this year, the Bangladesh Power Development Board (BPDB) wrote to Adani Power to renegotiate terms, signaling dissatisfaction with the project's financial arrangements. And some weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Imphal, state's maximum temperature was recorded at 23 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 12 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 100% in the morning and 58% in the evening. Manipur received 0.1 millimeter of rainfall in the past 24 hours. And that is all we have for now. But before we end, here are the headlines once again. Rajya Sabha MP Sanajobal Leishemba condemns Mizoram MP K. Vanlalvena's proposal to create separate administrative units for Meitei and Kuki communities. MHA directs telecom companies in violence-hit Manipur to preserve call records of every citizen for 5 years. Both houses of parliament adjourned until Wednesday amid ruckus over bribery charges against Adani Group. And India blocked Manipur to hold sit-in demonstration in Delhi on Manipur issue during winter session of Parliament. Thank you for watching SKTV News, the first ever OTT platform in Manipur. Please visit SKTV website skyc.in to download SKTV app. You can now access Google Play Store to download the app. SKTV iOS app is now accessible on Apple App Store. For early access, use the QR code. The download link will also be pinned in all our comment section. Join us for real-time news updates, exclusive interviews and comprehensive analysis of current affairs in Manipur. Don't go anywhere. Up next is Sara Tombi with Primetime Manipuri News. Stay tuned.